Tunic is a nostalgic masterpiece. Allow me to elaborate. Now I know describing a game that came out in March of last year as nostalgic is somewhat ironic to say the least, but there simply isn't a better word to accurately describe the feeling that Tunic gives me when I play it. At least none that I could find. A quick disclaimer here at the beginning of the video. I'm going to do my best to give my thoughts and opinions on this game without any spoilers, because this is a single-player, story-based game, and the entire reason I'm making this video is to get others to play it, so spoiling it would be counterintuitive. Also, not knowing anything about this game and going into it blind is the absolute best way to experience Tunic. With that said, I'm making this with people like myself in mind, the kind of person who doesn't have a whole lot of time to spend playing video games as it is, let alone take the time to find a good one. So here's your chance to get the game either on Game Pass, or Steam, or wherever you get your games. Go play it. For those who've already finished it, or just need a little convincing, enjoy. Tunic is a single-player action-adventure game where you play as a cute little fox in a seemingly cute little world. As you play the game, you will unlock new abilities, items, and uncover valuable information either by trial and error or by finding the pages of the game's manual scattered throughout the world and written in a language you can't understand. The game will feel oddly familiar as you play it. This is because the game is inspired by the hit action-adventure classic by Nintendo, The Legend of Zelda, or certain classic triangle-seeking games, as the developer puts it. This feature of the game is part of what makes it so enjoyable to play. The manual itself, inspired by NES booklets, is beautiful and one of the first in-game collectibles I've actually enjoyed finding in a long time. The manual itself is a great mechanic that I find myself going back to frequently, which is a lot more than what I can say for any other gaming collectible. More often than not, the pages you collect and add to the manual are useful, not to mention charming, and the way the music warps as if you've paused the game and physically turned away from the screen to decipher its contents is a great touch that adds to that feeling of playing a retro game on a late summer night with a cool breeze drifting in through your window as you continue to play way past your bedtime. Every inch of this game feels like a carefully crafted journey with you in mind. Everything from the enemies to the landscapes and unlocks down to the loading icon exudes pure charm and incites a kind of wonder that makes me feel like I'm 8 years old again. Like a time machine disguised as a video game has transported me back to the first time I picked up the controller to play Legend of Zelda. And it's not just Zelda. The game's bosses feel vaguely reminiscent of Dark Souls, specifically Dark Souls 1. If you've already played Tunic, you know what I'm talking about. That careful dance you begin to learn as you fight the boss over and over, with big health bars and beautiful music. The way you begin to match the timing of your dodges and attacks alongside the tempo of your foe is exciting, and something I don't think I'll ever get bored of. Not to mention the way the entire world seems to intertwine within itself, undiscovered paths that are all connected, giving you a sense of pride and accomplishment when you unlock a shortcut or discover a new way to get to that destination you've already visited. Reminds me a lot of Dark Souls. Yet despite these inspirations, the game stands on its own two anthropomorphic little fox feet. Its combat is engaging, mechanics are rewarding, and the music is enough to make you want to start a video game OST playlist if you haven't made one already. But don't get me started on this game's music. Beautiful and atmospheric to say the least, the music in this game only adds yet another layer to what makes this game amazing. When I feel like I've found my favorite theme, I simply walk into another area and I'm tempted to change my mind. Sometimes while I'm exploring an area, I feel like I just have to stop so I can listen to the melody for a few minutes. It really allows you to take in the scenery and enjoy the game you're playing instead of just trying to beat it. And with all of that said, Tunic is a nostalgic masterpiece, and I highly encourage you to play it if you haven't already. Tunic is available for $30 on Steam, or you can get it on Xbox Game Pass. If you've made it to the end of the video, I greatly appreciate you for watching, and I sincerely hope you have a wonderful day.